Hi friends, how are you? Welcome back to my channel. We're going to take a little walk today. I'm going to have my husband help me put the television up on the wall in my office. That was so sweet of him to help me do that. Thank you, honey. We're going to give Bruno a little bit of some treats. Fill the pantry, restock the pantry, show you guys what I do there, and my favorite summer thing to do is make some meatloaf. So if you're new here, my name is Rita Slenina. I am an actress and author, and I love to post lifestyle content like this. Please like, comment, share, and don't forget, subscribe to the channel. Okay, let's get to it. Oh, getting back from the grocery store can feel a little bit overwhelming, especially since I am a huge fan of decanting, washing, chopping, meal prepping, essentially everything that we get. This refrigerator is a hot mess. This needs to be a little bit reorganized and cleaned out. I will spare you those details today. But as you can see, it's just, everything's kind of empty. It's just sort of let it go to the wayside. I'm gonna pull out that beef for later and set that aside. Let's figure out which containers I'm going to decant everything into. I generally put everything in the same places, but that doesn't always happen because for whatever reason we buy more of something and then we don't. It's very odd. I don't know. Does this happen in your house, in your fridge? You think a certain container goes to a certain thing, but next thing you know, it does not? I just wanted to apologize also. I'm not sure if you can hear my baby chickens chirping in the background, but they are very chatty this morning. So throughout this voiceover, you're going to hear their 2 cents. So Carlotta, Chicken, Buttercup, and Baby are making their voiceover YouTube debut. I like to rinse and chop all the vegetables before putting them into the refrigerator. It just makes it easier to grab throughout the week. Generally, I put them at eye level because this way when you do go back into the refrigerator, you'll know, hey, I've got fruits and vegetables that I need to tend to first, things that will spoil faster. I don't know about you guys, but for me,
it's gonna get.
Or my husband, if it's out of sight, it's likely out of mind.
I can't do anything with this right now. I'm waiting on a delivery of my rolls for my vacuum sealer, and he will eat that salsa like in a day, so there's really nowhere for me to decant that, and I've run out of room here on the side. They were color coded. I usually color code the jars, which sounds a little bit insane, but it actually helps me find stuff easier. And this is all new and in its respective spot, so we'll eat through that pretty quick also, so it'll help clear this up. But we are restocked and I am excited, so that'll have to do. As far as the refrigerator or the freezer, there wasn't much for me to do here. My husband just sort of threw it all in there, and here we go. The only thing I was able to organize appropriately was my fish dish. That's all fish because I eat more fish than I do beef and lamb and all that stuff. So okay, well, I hope this isn't a disappointing restock. I feel like it could have looked a lot prettier personally, but it is what it is.
So one of my favorite meals is meatloaf. It is the easiest thing to do. I mean, seriously, you really don't even need to measure at all. I eyeball it. I haven't measured this recipe. I'm about to date myself right now. In probably 20 years, I have not measured. So I take 1 whole onion. We've got 2 pounds of beef. I've got 2 I've got 2 jalapenos that I literally cannot juggle. Just chop it all up. We're going to chop it all up and put it all in the same bowl. because we have 2 pounds of beef, I'm going to use 2 eggs. If it's 1 pound, 1 egg, 2 pounds, 2 eggs. That's kind of how I'm measuring that. We're going to throw in some garlic salt, some breadcrumbs, and obviously our beef, duh. Now pick any pan that you want. I use either this rectangular dish, or I will use a bread loaf pan, my cast iron one that you see. So after you've chopped everything up, toss it in the dish. We're just gonna one pot shop this sucker. Crack your 2 eggs into the pan, or the dish, or the bread loaf pan, whatever you have decided to use today. And then I would throw your breadcrumbs on top of that before I did the beef. That is just a preference, but you could put it in any order that you like. I am just eyeballing it here. I would say 3/4 cup to 1.5 cups of breadcrumbs, depending on how moist or dry you look to have your meatloaf. That's how I would gauge that. Then I would take your garlic salt, season to taste. I would say you could go a little bit heavier handed with your salt, which is something you will never hear me say, because I am a no salt kind of person. I think salt's a seasoning, not a whole dish. I tell this to my husband all the time, who loves to use a lot of salt. I love you, honey, but you are crazy with the salt. And but in this case, you can actually go a little heavier with meat and salt. I'm not sure why that is, but it is. And then you're just going to mix this up and get it ready to go into the oven. We're just going to set our oven to 450 degrees, and we're going to bake it about, I would say, 45 to 65 minutes, depending on how your oven cooks, where you are, or how sometimes our ovens don't like to work how they're supposed to. But for me, it's generally closer to the 65-minute mark. I cover it because I don't want it to brown until the very end. I will usually uncover it in the last 10 minutes to give it a nice brown crisp on the top. And there you have it. You have a lovely fresh meatloaf for you and your family to enjoy for a couple of days. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, have a beautiful day. Enjoy the rest of your summer, and we'll see you soon. Bye.